The Taiwan Strait is a flashpoint in global politics. China claims Taiwan as its own territory, fueling constant tension. China's military exercises and rhetoric raise alarms. China's Coast Guard is rapidly growing in size and capability. It plays a crucial role in China's strategy toward Taiwan. China's leaders feel pressure to achieve unification. Taiwan's potential independence is a red line for Beijing. Misunderstandings could escalate into conflict. Understanding China's Coast Guard is increasingly important. China's Coast Guard is the largest in the world, a testament to the country's maritime ambitions. With over 200 vessels, it's a formidable force operating in a gray zone between law enforcement and military action. This ambiguity is central to China's strategy, asserting claims without triggering a full military response. It allows Beijing to project power and enforce its will under the guise of maritime law enforcement. A key question is whether China's Coast Guard could effectively seal off Taiwan. A full blockade, cutting off all maritime access, would be a massive undertaking. It would require deploying hundreds of vessels and enforcing a tight cordon around the island, a daunting logistical and operational challenge. However, China's Coast Guard wouldn't need to achieve a complete blockade to inflict serious damage. It could significantly disrupt Taiwan's economy and morale by focusing on key choke points and targeting specific types of vessels. Imagine cargo ships hesitant to approach Taiwan, fearing delays or seizure. This gray zone blockade, using the Coast Guard as a tool of economic coercion, could be a powerful weapon in China's arsenal. Section 4. The high stakes of blockade. A maritime blockade against Taiwan would have severe consequences. Taiwan, reliant on trade, would face economic hardship. Essential supplies would be disrupted, leading to shortages. Taiwan's semiconductor industry would be heavily impacted. The international community would be forced to respond. The U.S. would face pressure to act. A blockade could trigger escalation, involving Japan and Australia. The risk of miscalculation and wider conflict would be high. Section 5. Can China succeed? The risks ahead. While China's Coast Guard is a powerful tool, a blockade of Taiwan would be fraught with risks. Maintaining such an operation over time would be costly and complex. It would strain China's resources and test its logistical capabilities. Moreover, the international backlash would be significant, damaging China's reputation and potentially leading to economic sanctions. Perhaps the greatest risk is miscalculation. A blockade could easily be misinterpreted, leading to unintended escalation. A minor incident at sea could spiral out of control with potentially devastating consequences. These risks highlight the need for clear communication and crisis management mechanisms to prevent a conflict from erupting. Section 6. Avoiding the brink. A question for our time. The Taiwan Strait remains a powder keg, with China's Coast Guard playing an increasingly prominent role. The potential for a maritime blockade, whether partial or full, is a stark reminder of the stakes involved. As tensions rise, the need for dialogue and diplomacy becomes even more critical. The question for the international community is clear. Can we find a way to address the underlying issues fueling this conflict and prevent a crisis that would have catastrophic consequences for all involved? The future of Taiwan and perhaps the world may depend on the answer.